Hello, this is Dom from Blacktoad Studios and welcome to Blacktoad Enter the Hellstorm. So in this mini series we will be going through my journey, my army selection of the force I will be taking to Hellstorm's Into the Hellstorm 4 tournament. Myself and Tom will be attending this tournament in October. It's an OTC tournament, so it should be relatively competitive. And really looking forward to it. I haven't met the Hellstorm guys yet. We've chatted a few times, but haven't quite met them. So it'd be nice to meet up with them. And also great time to attend an event, roll some dice and have fun. So guys, first part of this mini series is of course, what army to take and what do I want from each army and what will they bring to my experience at Hellstorm. So without further ado, let's have a look at my 4 options. Right, so I've got 4 options and here they are. From left to right, we have the Necrons. We've got the Astra Militarum, or the Guard. We have got Renegades and Heretics. And of course, we have got Word Bearers. Some might say that's in strength order there. Although I'm pretty sure Renegades and Heretics will be on the right rather than halfway there. So each one of these armies will bring something to the event and to my enjoyment of the event. So I'm going to run through these options here. I've got a rough idea what I'm going to take, but I'd really like to know what you guys think, and could be quite interesting. So we're going to start over on the left here with this Necron chap. So, Necrons. Currently I have about 3,000 points of Necrons, all painted up. I've got a couple of quite competitive units in there. And at the moment, really enjoying playing them. They've got some nice bits to them. They're quite straightforward to play, I think, and getting quite familiar with the rules. And they could definitely be a contender for me to win a couple of games here, which would be quite fun. Although the standard tournament list for Necrons seems quite similar, what I can tell. Although if there's any Necron players out there, I'm sure you'll correct me. But basically involves 3 Doomscythes and 3 of the old Arcs of Destruction or Destruction Arcs or whatever they are. I can't remember what they're called, but Zappy. I currently don't have any of those. But if I was to take Necrons, I'm probably invested in a couple of them maybe. But that is option 1. Option 2, the Imperial Guard, represented here by Commissar Yalak. These guys, I've got a very large army of Imperial Guard, got about 9,000 points, a very large selection to pick from, and I know these guys back to front. I've taken them in quite a few tournaments actually, Guard, and they've always served me relatively well. So they are an option there. And of course, these 2 on the left here would be, with what I have at the moment, they would be just a pure Guard list and pure Necron list. I wouldn't be able to add anything into these. Obviously, I can't with Necrons, but with the Guard, currently they are my only Imperial force. So I wouldn't be able to add anything in. I would probably put in different detachments. So I could put in maybe some Scions, which would be quite fun, with some Cadians. But except for that, I wouldn't be able to put any other Imperial forces in, such as a Knight. I do, of course, have a couple of super heavy, so I could do a little super heavy force, which could be interesting to play. Very, very straightforward. Don't really have to think about that too much. But that's option 2. Now, option 3, the wild card, is Renegades and Heretics. Let's zoom in on this guy here. So, pros and cons of Renegades and Heretics. There's probably more cons than there are pros. These guys, very, very weak codex, although they do have access to obviously a lot of Astra Militarum stuff, a lot of Guard stuff. Currently, I have got my list made up and they are roughly about 1,800 points. The tournament itself, or the event, however you want to put it, is 2,000 points. So I would have to add a couple of bits in, which I would quite like to do. These guys would not be easy to play. Although saying that, they would be easy to play because I've got lots of stuff, not many stratagems to worry about, if any stratagems. If I could win a game, could be interesting, as this ITC could propel me through the ranks of Renegades and Heretics, because of course not many people playing them. It could be quite fun. And I think a real achievement, actually, to be fair, if you go to a tournament or an event and you win a game with Renegades and Heretics, either your opponent has passed out, not turned up, or you've been very lucky and you've won a game. So these guys could be fun. And I've got a really weird kind of feeling I want to take these guys, but let me know what you think. And finally, on the right, we have got the word bearers. So with these two on the right, of course, if I wanted to, I can make some form of chaos soup here. We could add different elements in. We could have some demons. We could have renegade knights. We've got chaos marines, and we've got renegades and heretics. So we've got some nice different flavors of chaos, and it could be quite interesting. Although I do believe in ITC, if you mix up your forces, it goes to the greater faction point. So this would all go to chaos points rather than chaos space marines or renegades and heretics. So that's something to take into consideration if I was to score any points. I probably won't. I will probably do very badly. But back to chaos space marines. So word bearers tend to be my legion. Love them. I probably wouldn't change that, to be honest. I know obviously there's more competitive legions out there, or war bands. But word bearers will be the ones for me. I've got a wide selection of units to pick from, and I could hopefully do quite well with these guys. I do still find Chaos Space Marines by themselves quite hard sometimes, depending on what you go against. And I think maybe, to be fair, that's more a reflection of the units that I currently own. If I wanted to be more competitive, obviously I'd add some more different units in and maybe see what I can do with that. So they're my four forces, guys. Like I said, they've all got good things and bad things. Like I said, it's obviously always fun to run chaos with the vulture, possibly, and see how well he does in an event. Necrons, I personally think they're quite strong in a lot of ways. This is through my personal selection of armies here. Obviously, there are better armies out there, but my current selection, Necrons have got some very nice stuff in there. And I do love the paint scheme on them. Guard, of course, wide selection of units, a pretty good codex, and I know what I'm doing with Guard. Nothing to worry about there. Renegades and Heretics, unknown factor, could be fun. In all honesty, I don't mind losing a lot of games as long as I'm having fun and it's not a complete whitewash. I do quite like playing them. It'd be nice to get them all on the battlefield. It's something different as well to bring to an event. If you play an opponent who hasn't faced an army like this before, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. And also, it's nice for them, a nice experience for them to play against an army. Of course, Chaos on the right here. Once again, large army, not necessarily the most competitive units, although I think with this collection I have, I could make quite a nasty list, maybe involve a bit of summoning in there as well. And the other options, of course, is like a Chaos soup list, which I cannot do with the other two factions. So anyway, they're the armies. So guys, we have now seen the options I'm putting on the table. I really want to hear what you guys have got to say about those four factions and what you think could be good to take. I will pick one of these armies and start having some test games. I'm going to record the test games, hopefully, or just give you a little weekly update on what games I played and how they went. And hopefully we can see them slowly improve. And so by the time I get to the event, it should be quite fun. If you are going to the Hellstorm event, it'll be great to see you. Really looking forward to meeting some people up there. I believe Geeks Wargaming are going as well. So great bunch of guys. Good, it's going to be fun. Hopefully Tom is also going to do a similar series with his army. Got a rough idea what he's going to be taking, but we're going to find out. So anyway, this is Dom from Blacktoad Studios. Thank you very much for watching my ramblings and my strange little thoughts, and I will see you next time. Remember though, put a comment below of what army you think I should take, and that's it. Take care. Bye.